What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Living Big with Big Reg. And while today everyone is talking about Lamar Jackson and what's going on with the contract situation and all the NFL, I want to talk to you about something a little bit different. Maybe borrow your ears for something off subject. Now, the name of this channel is called Living Big with Big Reg because I want to talk about living big in multiple ways. And the first one is living with a big heart. And I want to get into that now. And the first thing I want to talk about with this, or even before I get into it, I want to give a shout out to Hendo at Livin Online on Gatekeepers, LBHT, Jose and Brodney, Suge Knight 323, Coach Evans, Sip to Tally Films, Raven C, all my guys out there. If I missed anybody, I apologize. I'll swing back around to you at some point. I got love for all of y'all. I got love for the whole community. Now let's get into this. Living with a big heart. What do I mean when I say living with a big heart? To me, I'm one of the people that live with a big heart. And I've had to train myself over the years to guard my heart. Okay? And that's something that everyone should do. Now, when I say living with a big heart, I mean living with your heart on your sleeve. Loving hard. Because loving is hard. When you wear your heart on your sleeve and you're willing and able to give all of you for whatever the cause may be, that's when you get someone and everyone, and even yourself, get 100% of you. And it can be dangerous in multiple ways. Giving 100% of yourself can both help and hurt you, because if you run into the wrong person or thing, it'll completely drain you for everything and not give anything back. Love is a very fickle matter, but when it comes down to it, I think it's the best way to go. Now, I do want to talk about other options to it and things that you should or shouldn't do. But number one for me is don't be afraid to put yourself out there, right? I mean, a broken heart is not curable. You can't fix a broken heart with a prescription, or pain pills, or anything like that. But I think putting yourself out there is the only way to mend a broken heart. The way to fix a broken heart is to put it back together. Whether you're substituting something else for your love for, in my case, your children or your woman, which I'm blessed to have both. But it's one of those things where not everybody gets as lucky. And sometimes it's because they're not willing to wear their heart on their sleeve. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to give someone advice on creating a relationship, finding the right person. But I want to give you the only advice I know how to, and that's advice on finding yourself and loving yourself 100%. Because the fact of the matter is, I've always figured that if I put 100% of myself out there, and I love myself 100%, then someone else will too. And part of living with a big heart is being courageous, being crazy, so to speak, being willing to go to the ends of the earth and back. And not only being able to do it, but wanting to do it, having the passion, the fire, and having a big heart is just it's the greatest thing. It's also kind of tough because you'll get those moments where you want to knock people out, you want to go ahead and throw them things, but we definitely refrain from that, because while your mind may tell you to knock somebody out, your heart's going to tell you just walk away and pray for them. One of the other things to it that a lot of people do is, instead of having a big heart and being out there, being open to everything, they enclose it. They overprotect their heart. And I know some people are out there, you're saying, well, is there really a such thing as overprotection for your heart? And yes, there is. Imagine being out and you meet someone you think they're absolutely amazing, but when you talk to them, you don't even realize it, but you're not giving them your full ear because you're not willing to let them close enough, because you're overprotecting yourself. Fear is one of those things that tend to drive the heart crazy. Okay? Fear happens in all stages, whether it's the living with the big heart, overprotecting the heart, or, as I'll talk about in a little bit, the perfect middle ground. Overprotection doesn't only close out the other people that are outside your life, but it closes out the people that are in your life. When you close your heart, you're not willing to fight for love. You're not willing to even fight for friendship. When you close off, you end up mostly in a dark, lonely place. And the reason for that is because you're in a shell. And it's the only place that you feel safe. But realistically, you're hindering yourself. And you never want to get quite that far into overprotection. But it's easy to come out of. And it's going to happen slowly but surely. It's hard to just wake up one day and say, you know what? I'm going to let myself go to the world and let's see what happens. It's almost impossible. But what you can do is you can slowly chip away at that in and of yourself, and in a very safe way. The first thing to do for me is start by calling your family members and the people you are, the few people you may be close with. Because I used to be like this. I was closed off. I had a small circle, and I've always had a big heart, but I did close it off for a good time, good time of my life. But when you're closing it off and you're chipping that outer layer away, one of the first things you want to do is call the people that you're kind of close to and just tell them you love them. Male, female, doesn't matter. Family, I don't believe in that whole it's an issue for a man to tell a man you love him. If it's your brother, your cousin, your family, your father, whatever it is, tell him you love him, because you never know what can happen in the world we live in these days. So for me, the first step is exactly talking to the people that matter the most. And as you open up to them, you'll start to feel it growing inside you, and you'll start to feel a great release with it, and you'll feel good, feel amazing. I think that's the way to start. And then, as you start to date, you'll start to find that you don't mind letting people into your life, and you'll start to realize that maybe everyone's not for you, but you're on the right track to finding who is. And then when you open that heart up, it just brings a different level of joy into your life, a different level of happiness. And I feel like that's just something that everyone deserves to feel, you know? I don't want to ramble here. I don't want to make you guys sit and listen to this for too long. But I just want to say that open up and see what happens. Comment down below. Let me know if you live with a big heart. Let me know if you've opened up. If you're afraid to open up, let's talk about it. You know, I'm here. I'm a lending ear. If you want to just talk, you just need somebody to talk to, I'm here. And I have no problem for anybody, especially since you're showing me the love you're showing me. I got no problem showing the love back. Please, people, don't hesitate to let me know how you feel. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Shout out again to Hendo at Ravens Online on Gatekeepers, Jose and Brodney at LBHT, Coach Evans, Sip to Tally Films, Raven C, Open Mic with OTR Mike, Mr. Barry White of the YouTube world, Suge Knight 323, still conspiracy, and Engraven Vids. I want to shout out Engraven because he's been going through a lot. Let's all show him love. You know, good dude right there. And I just want to make sure that we know that this whole Ravens community is a family. And again, I just want to say, stay blessed, live big, and love big.